If you're considering purchasing a home, but you're thinking, should I buy in the dreaded HOA? Well, this video is for you. Today we're going to cover the pros and cons of buying a home in an HOA. Hi, I'm Kevin Grolig, a real estate agent with Compass located in Potomac, Maryland. And thanks once again for visiting the latest video in a series, Real Kevin. So, you're considering buying a home, and many of them are in an HOA. Today we're going to uncover some of the pros and cons about buying a home or not buying a home in an HOA. On a whole, there's really no rights or wrongs when it comes to, do you purchase a home in an HOA or purchase a home that's not in an HOA? It really more depends on who you are and what you're looking for in a home and in the community you decide to purchase. For those of you who don't know what an HOA is, HOA stands for Homeowners Association. Homes that fall within an HOA have rules, regulations, covenants, and bylaws that they are governed by, and oh yeah, there's fees too. Oftentimes when you hear the words governed and fees in the same sentence, it can cause some alarm. With all that being said, let's first break down the pros and then the cons. Pro number one, typically you're going to find a higher level of upkeep in the communities and in the houses that fall within an HOA. As I mentioned before, there's going to be certain rules and regulations that govern how a homeowner must take care of the outside of their home. Normally what I find is homes that fall within an HOA tend to be a little bit more tidy and presentable than homes that aren't in HOAs. When it comes to resale value, let's face it, your neighbors' homes matter too. Pro number two, community amenities. Many of the homes that fall within a homeowners association provide community amenities like community pools, tot lots, maybe common ground areas, tennis courts, walking paths, and community centers. This oftentimes fosters a greater feel of community amongst the neighbors. And let's face it, it can make life sometimes more pleasurable and convenient. Number three pro is community upkeep. Homeowners associations oftentimes will take care of the maintenance of the common areas of the community, entrances and exits to and from the community, of course your pools, tennis courts, tot lots, walking paths, and things like that. So once again, we find usually a higher level of upkeep within the community on homes that fall within homeowners associations. Oh yeah, and in most cases they do cover the costs of trash removal and snow removal. Pro number four, built-in mediator. What the heck is a built-in mediator? Well, let's think about this some. In the event that you have a neighbor or neighbors who are consistently violating the HOA rules or simply just not keeping the house up to the level of repair they need to, there's a governing body of the HOA that actually has the ability to enforce repairs and violations. In an HOA, you simply need not worry about your next door neighbor's used car part collection or scrap metal. Oh yeah, and typically chickens and other barnyard animals aren't going to be allowed either. The number five pro to a homeowners association is the upkeep of the community amenities are shared amongst the other homeowners. This means you actually have the ability to enjoy the pool without actually having to build it yourself. As with anything in life, there's always a flip side or con. So in an attempt to keep this video fair from all angles, let's discuss the cons. Number one con, fees. As mentioned earlier, HOAs come with a mandatory fee. Typically, these are collected monthly. Depending upon the size of the community and the amenities you find within the community, you can expect these fees to run anywhere from a low of maybe $50 a month to a high of maybe $200, maybe $250 a month. I usually find it somewhere in the middle. Number two con, your hands are tied. If you're looking to make any changes to the exterior of your home, you better check with the HOA first. These changes could be something as simple as painting your front door to as extensive as adding on an addition, a sunroom, a deck, or a porch. With all HOAs, there's going to be a process where you need to go through to get an approval for these changes. Most HOAs are going to require you to submit an application with plans to the architectural committee of the HOA. The architectural committees usually meet once a month and review all applications that came in during that month. Once again, you're somewhat at the mercy of the HOA architectural committee and whether or not they approve your plans. Number 3 con to an HOA is loss of freedom. When you live in an HOA, once again, you're going to need to abide by their rules, even if you think they're ridiculous. You do have the right to petition the HOA for a change in their rules or regulations, but let's face it, if you lose, you're going to have to deal with it. Number 4 con to living in an HOA is rogue board members. While I do find most board members to be very fair and reasonable, every now and then you'll find that one busybody who loves nothing more than to make everybody's life within the community difficult. The best way to ensure that you don't have a rogue board member or board members is to attend the monthly meetings. The more community members that show up, the more the community has control. The less community members show up, the more the board has control. So there you have it, my list of pros and cons of the things you need to know before you purchase a home in a homeowners association. My feeling is if you're looking for community amenities, ease, and let's just say conformity, then an HOA may be perfect for you. If you're the type of person who doesn't want to conform and you just want to do what you want to do, then an HOA actually might be terrible for you. Either way, I'd love to hear your comments. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, comment, or share the video. If you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Montgomery County or the surrounding area, please hit me up at 240-793-7495. Thanks once again for checking out the latest video in a series, Real Kevin. See you next Wednesday.